I ordered 725 flower bulbs, so today we're going to unbox them together and I'm going to show you everything I got. And to be honest, I think this is only the first order. I think I'm probably going to do another big order because this garden is in real need of a glow up. I haven't really been paying much attention to this garden the last couple of years, to be honest, and it's gone pretty wild, and especially in the spring there's just not much flowering, so I'm going to add a ton of flowers to it and hopefully make it nice and pretty. I tried to go for nice early flowering bulbs because I do find that February, March kind of time of year can be pretty bleak, desperately waiting for spring to arrive. So I really wanted some nice early colour. So that's kind of what I've gone for here. So first we have, okay, this one is not a spring flowering bulb, but I couldn't help myself. I had to order some saffron crocuses because I just think they're so cool. If you didn't know, they're a species of crocus, which is where saffron comes from. And these ones you plant in the autumn and they only take like 2 months to grow, something like that. I tried to grow them last year and I let them dry out, so I didn't get a harvest from them. So I am going to plant some more again this year, try again, not go on holiday this time, which is what I think happened last year. Normally these bulbs can be quite expensive, but from this website they're pretty cheap actually. So I picked up a few of those. And by the way, this is all from J. Parker's wholesale website, which is a great place to buy bulbs from, especially if you're getting a large quantity or you want to fill a big space, because they're so cheap. The more you buy, the cheaper they are, and they've got a really good selection on there. This isn't sponsored or anything. I've just bought my bulbs from there the last few years and I highly recommend them. So I'll link their website in the description in case you want to have a look. But I also got some spring flowering crocuses as well. And these bloom in like February, March time. So they're a really nice early flower to have around. And I've never really bothered with crocuses, but this year I've gone all in. I've ordered a load of crocuses, which you'll see in a minute, starting with this one, which is Crocus Thomasinianus Bars Purple. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I'll put the name on screen and everything for you to see. And these are just like your classic crocuses. If you think of a crocus, it's probably this one. It's just like standard purple. And this is a species crocus, which is basically the wild type of crocus, which means it can be a lot more reliable to grow in your garden rather than the cultivated varieties, which are probably cultivated for their size or interesting colours. These are just the ones that you would find growing naturally, or they're the closest ones to that. So these are probably going to be better for naturalising in your garden as well, which means they'll come back year after year, which I'm very excited about. And these only cost 4p per bulb, which is why I bought so many of them. I bought 250. They're not like super exciting or unique, interesting colours or anything, but I thought they'd make a really good base to mix other colours in with. So yeah, I bought 250 of those ones and I'm very excited to get those going. Hopefully they'll come back every year. And I also bought Crocus Thomasinianus, or however you say it, in white wall purple as well, which is white in the center and then purple around the edges. It looks really pretty, so I thought they'd be nice to mix in. Sorry if you can hear the ducks, by the way. They're very interested in what I'm doing. I bought 100 of those and I'm not exactly sure what shade of purple they're going to be, because I've looked at pictures online and half of the pictures look like a pinky purple and half the pictures look more of an actual true purple. So I guess we'll just have to plant them and see. I don't really mind either way, but it'll be a nice surprise, I think. And both of those crocuses are a smaller size, I think, which I'm really happy with because I think I'm going to put them in with the grass. So I think they look quite cute if they're small and quite subtle, as long as I have lots of them to make a big impact. And then I also bought these, which are Crocus Joan of Arc, and I kind of have a little bit of regret after buying these. I've looked up the pictures since I ordered them and I'm not sure, you know, these are like white ones, but I think they're a bit bigger and I kind of want them all to be like cute little ones. So yeah, I'm not sure. And also I spoke to Ramona, who has the account Monologue, and she's like famous for her crocus lawns, and she sent me this picture of this mix of crocuses and it had like a couple different shades of purple and these pastel yellow ones in, and it looked so pretty. And now I kind of wish that I'd gone for pastel yellow instead of white, because I don't think they'd the two would look nice if I added pastel yellow in as well. So I kind of want to switch these out and get yellow instead. Maybe I'll plant all the white ones together in a different area of the garden. So we just have like a big white crocus area. And then have like different shades of purple with the yellow instead. I might do that. Because I don't think the bigger crocuses would look that nice with the tiny ones. I think they'd stick out too much. So yeah, I kind of regret buying these, but I'll definitely plant them. I'll just plant them somewhere else. It'll be fine. They'll look cute. They look nice. They just look like they won't go with the other ones. How many did I get? I got 100 of them, which is fine because 100 is enough to make like a really big impact in a different area on their own without the other crocuses, if you know what I mean. So, and you can tell that they're big ones because they're way bigger bulbs. Next, I bought Crocus Speciosus Conqueror, which I saw the pictures of these and they're this like beautiful lilac colour. Saw that they were species crocuses and thought, perfect, I'll buy some of those. But I didn't check when they bloom and they're actually the autumn blooming ones, which is definitely not what I was going for. I was hoping to mix these in with the other crocuses that I bought, but it's totally fine. I can just plant these now and they'll bloom in a couple of months, hopefully, and they'll be really pretty. Just not what I was planning on getting. I'll probably have to buy some other ones that are a similar shade to this, but actually bloom in the spring to mix in with the darker purple ones and the other colours. So yeah, I'll plant these soon. They look really pretty, but not what I was planning on getting. When you're buying bulbs, always check when they're going to bloom because stupidly I didn't. I just got a little overly excited and added these straight to my basket. How many of those did I get? I only got 50 of these, so I think they'll look really cute like under a tree or something like that. So I will look for a nice little spot for these to go, and I'm sure they'll look beautiful in the autumn. More of the white crocuses. More white crocuses. They will look nice. They will. I'll make them work. Next, I got some Narcissus Pueblo, and I didn't actually order these because they're super early bloomers or anything. I just ordered them because I thought they were really pretty. They're like a creamy white colour and they have multiple flower heads on each stem, so I just thought they'd make a really nice addition to the garden. And I think I'm going to go back and order some more daffodils that are super early bloomers because that's definitely something that I noticed this year, is that I didn't have enough daffodils and I didn't have enough early flowers, especially daffodils. There's definitely some that you can get that bloom a lot earlier on in the year, and mine were quite late this year, so I'm gonna see what I can find that blooms nice and early, but these ones will definitely be a nice addition. I think they're just like a mid-season, not super early, not super late. So yeah, I thought they were nice. I'm gonna add those in. I got 100 of those. Next up, I got some Iris reticulata, and I mostly just got these because they bloom so early on in the year. We're talking like late winter, early spring here, and they come in some really interesting colours as well. They come in like blues and purples, so if you're into that colour palette, check out Iris reticulata. They're quite small, but that's okay. I'm going to put them at the front of my flower beds, I think, so you can really see them, and there'll be basically nothing blooming at that time of year anyway, so it'll just be really nice to have something, a little pop of colour. And I think they like quite well-drained soil, so I'm probably going to need to work on the soil for planting these bulbs, and maybe for some of the others too, actually. I'll probably add a little bit of grit in when I plant them, and hopefully I'll get some nice super early colour in the garden. And these ones are Painted Lady, so I think they're like mostly white with like soft kind of like brush strokes of lilac on the edges of the petals, so they're really cool. I also just got some classic Iris reticulata, which is not really my colour to be honest, but I thought I'd try it anyway. It's just like that classic like bluey purple colour, which is kind of like the standard colour for these irises, and I only got 25 of each, so I think I need to get a few more to make more of an impact. Next up, I got some species tulips, and I don't have a lot of luck with tulips in the garden, so I thought I'd give these ones a go, as they're supposed to be really good at naturalising, so coming back year after year without having to do anything to them. I think because my garden is quite damp and soggy, the bulbs normally rot with the more cultivated varieties of tulips, and these ones are supposed to be a little bit more resilient, so I'm going to try them. I don't really like the look of a lot of species tulips. I think they're quite like spiky looking, but these look a little bit more subtle, so yeah, I kind of like the look of these. They kind of look a little bit like crocuses, but I thought it was worth trying them, and maybe I'll have another shop around, see if I can find any others that I like. But these bloom in like April to May time. They're quite short, but why not? Why not mix some in? So those are all of the spring flowering bulbs I ordered for my garden. In total, I spent just over £85, which worked out at about 11 pence per bulb on average, which I think is pretty cheap, but let me know what you think. Do you think it was worth it? I always get a little bit guilty spending money on bulbs, but in the spring, I'll be so glad I did it when I see those flowers come up. I do think I'm going to do another order because I feel like I'm lacking daffodils and maybe get some alliums too. I haven't ordered any alliums yet this year, but they did really well for me this year. And maybe I'll get some yellow crocuses too because they would just look so cute, like the little pastel yellow ones. Oh. And yeah, maybe I'll have a look for some other species tulips too, see if there's any I can find that I really like. Let me know which one your favourite was, and if you have any recommendations for spring flowering bulbs that I haven't bought yet, I'd love it if you could leave them in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, and maybe I'll do a video of me planting them, or maybe a part 2 of the next bulbs that I order, and I'll see you next time.